Welcome back to Dead Good Book Reviews. I'm Judith and you're watching another video here on the channel. This is a follow-up to a video I filmed for the end of 2021, start of 2022. This is my new releases I'm excited about, but for April through to June of 2022, because there are too many new releases. They would not all squish into one tidy video, so we are revisiting the list now. I had a fun time putting this together, full disclosure. It is currently January the 21st. Aurora's new album just came out. I've been listening to it non-stop. It's very exciting. The dog's over here, she might interrupt at one point or another. I am definitely not procrastinating reading the end of The Burning God. Definitely not. It's all good. Last time I did this, I sort of had my laptop and I read out every single blurb in its entirety. I'm not going to do that this time. I think while it was good and it helped me get my head in gear, I think at this time of year, you need the basics, and I just want to tell you why I'm excited about them. A lot of people have made new releases videos in the interim. I'm sure these are on those as well. This is just what's on my radar. Some of these I do actually already have review copies for, which is very, very exciting. So yeah, we're just going to chat through. Nobody's paying me to talk about these, except for my patrons, I guess. Let's go. I'm going to read off my phone. In April, we have Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor. This is out on April the 5th. This sounded good. It is in the list that I keep in my heart of books. It is in a category that's sort of this could be great. This could be terrible. This could be so terrible it's great. There are three categories. The three wolves that live within me. Anyway, this was compared to Caraval and the Night Circus, one of which is a book that I deeply love. The other one is a book that the more I think about it, the angrier I become, but it did get a lot of hype. So I'm taking those with the biggest heaping teaspoon of salt. Ew, that would be an unpleasant cup of tea. Anyway, we're taking that with a pinch of salt, so it could be great, it could be a disaster. Those comparisons are always a risk. It is a risk that I continue to take in life. It's YA, a whimsical hotel appears and two sisters living in difficult circumstances join the staff and find dangerous secrets. This sounds fun. I love the idea of a whimsical hotel, and that's why I want to read this. Does that make sense? Anyone else just hear whimsical insert setting here and be like, yeah, I'll pick that up. The one thing that is making me sad is it mentions a dangerously handsome doorman, and it's not gay, which is one of the main things missing from the Night Circus. There is a gay reference in the Night Circus, don't get me wrong, it's not totally hetero, but we deserve a gay Night Circus, come on. The next thing I have is Saint Death's Daughter, which is out from Rebellion, which I always feel like I have to disclose. My wife works for them. She works in a very different department. It has no impact on the books that I get to receive. I just feel like I need to disclose that in case you feel betrayed if you ever discover that information. So this is Fun, Froofy and Glorious, a coming-of-age story, which I hadn't necessarily expected. I think I just saw death in the title and was like, yeah, I'll probably read that. Default. If something was ever like The Night Circus but necromancers, I think I would explode. The main character is the daughter of the royal assassin and the chief executioner, but she has no talent for necromancy. In fact, it makes her feel a bit ill. She's allergic to violence. She's literally allergic to violence. Oh, I'm so excited. So her family dies in less than innocent circumstances, it would seem, and she has to spend the next few months trying to survive, but also being haunted by her family. It sounds like it could be good fun. My thing with Rebellion books, and this is how you know they're not paying me to talk about books, is that so often they'll be really, really solid and they just won't be good towards the end. Or it'll be a really cool concept and the execution is just a bit pants, or it just needed a tighter edit. We shall see. This one popped up while I was searching for things and I realised it is 1000% what I want right now. So this is The Memory Librarian and Other Stories of Dirty Computer by Janelle Monáe and others. I love Janelle Monáe. Dirty Computer is a fantastic album. If you haven't listened to it, it's wonderful. I love the idea of sci-fi collections or sci-fi stories being inspired by albums. I think that's really exciting. I have read The Deep, which was in some ways, in a kind of very roundabout way, inspired by a song by Clipping. So I'm excited to see what this is. It is exploring the Afrofuturistic world of the album Dirty Computer, exploring how different threads of liberation, queerness, race, gender plurality, and love become tangled with future possibilities of memory and a time in such a totalitarian landscape, and what the costs might be when trying to unravel and weave them into freedoms. Which is, a whole host of things that all sound fascinating. I want to read this now. Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher is one that's been on my list for a while. This is out the 26th of April. It's a fantasy adventure. The princess wants to kill a prince, impossible tasks, a disgraced knight, a reluctant fairy godmother, an enigmatic grave witch and her foul familiar. She might have the courage to save her sister and topple a throne. I'm here for this. I think this is going to be exactly what I need. T. Kingfisher writes wonderful fairy tale stories. I've loved everything I've read by her so far. I am excited to get to this. I think I will hopefully pre-order it and do like a full review because T. Kingfisher has become a bit of a mainstay on my channel. And going back to early April, the 5th of April, this is kind of my wild card. I think in my planning video I had this in, I need to do a bit more research. This is In a Garden Burning Gold. This is out on the 5th of April. Twins who want to keep their family safe. One controls the seasons and one controls the tide. Yes, I like things involving the sea, so tide powers appeals. I think my biggest thing here is I have no idea what the writing is going to be like, and a lot of my enjoyment of this I think will hinge on the writing. So I might try and find a sample of it if I can, and go from there. Quickly, just to touch on some sequels, because I think hopefully you already know about the first book if you're interested in these, but just flagging up that they're coming out in April. We have Dreams Bigger Than Heartbreak by Charlie Jane Anders, that I'm moderately excited for. I liked the first one. I would like to know what happens. Fevered Star by Rebecca Roanhorse. I'm quite excited for this. I do want to reread Black Sun first. And The Discord of Gods by Jen Lyons, which I am burning with a fevered excitement for. I love this series. I'm really excited to do a full, chunky fantasy reread. If you would like to join me in that, you'd be very welcome to. I don't actually know when I'm starting. Hopefully Editing Judith can let you know when I've got vague plans to do that, but maybe I'll set up something on my Discord so we can all enjoy it. May, I didn't have very many books for May. I think I only had Glitterati, and I think I've decided I probably don't want to read that just because it's not what I'm feeling right now, though I will leave my options open. But I would really love to read When Women Were Dragons by Kelly Barnhill. That is out on the 3rd of May. It is a feminist story, which can be a bit of a red flag. Sometimes when things get described as feminist stories, are like, I don't know about this. But it's in 1950s America, and all the women, apparently, have spontaneously transformed into dragons. That sounds like a wild day. I would like to read about it. I think my biggest question with this is I find it very difficult to engage with any story where something happens on the basis of sex, where it's like, all the women have done this, all the men have disappeared, every woman has suddenly developed bat wings, how are we exploring gender and the huge variant in sex? We know science is behind this, we know this, what's this going to do? And I don't know whether they've kind of dealt with that by setting this in the 50s, but science was the same in the 50s, we just didn't know as much about it. So I guess I'm interested to explore what that does. I will say, I haven't talked about it that much, but if you are looking for... Oh, I don't know where it is. Where has it gone? It's definitely here somewhere. It's going to be just out of frame, isn't it? Yes. I'll put the cover up. If you are looking for a book that engages with all women are this, and goes, hang on a moment, what do we mean by women? What is this? Iron Widow. Read Iron Widow. It was so satisfying to finally have a book address it. I'm just saying. And also Siren Queen by Nevo. I read The Chosen and the Beautiful and I was so on it, but I love Nevo's novellas so much. Empress of Salt and Fortune and When the Tiger Came Down the Mountain. Both of them are fantastic. I'm interested to see what this is. This is another set in kind of a golden age of Hollywood, but there are literal monsters, and we have this actress who wants to gain fame, and how much will she sacrifice for fame, and will she give up her integrity, all of that stuff, but literal monsters. I think it sounds like it could be fantastic. I'll be interested to see how I feel about Nevo's writing in longer form after it. That is out May 10th. And in May, the sequels that I have that I am interested in there's only one, and it's Misrule. Oh no, there's two. I apologise. Misrule, which is the sequel to Malice, which I very much enjoyed. Sapphic, fairy tale, and very predictable. It's just some fun YA. And also The Merciless Ones, which is the sequel to The Gilded Ones. I was so on The Gilded Ones. I wasn't sure what to think about it, but I'd like to read the sequel. I'm going to try and get it out of the library. And lastly, in June, I've got two books I've picked out. The City Inside by Samit Basu, which comes out on the 7th of June. This is a near-future epic set in Delhi, which sounds just fantastic. We have conspiracies, corporations, deception. I think it's going to be wonderful. And also, I do already have a review copy of this that I need to pick up. It's on NetGalley. The Final Strife. This looks fantastic. I think I picked this up because it was kind of horror fantasy. I was like, this seems like it could be something I was interested in. And that was before they released the cover. And now they released the cover, I'm like, yes, give this to me now. So it has trials in it, as in you need to complete this task in order to succeed at whatever you are trying to do. One of my favourite things, will it pull them off? Will it do the annoying thing of telling you there's a trial and then cutting to after it? Unacceptable. I'm interested. Murder. I've written murder and empire and all that good stuff. I don't actually think Empire is good, but I think explorations of Empire, wonderful. It also sounds like there's quite a class or caste system in this world, which I'm really interested to explore. I feel like that was sort of not done to death, but done a lot for a long period of time. It's particularly in YA fantasy, and it's sort of creeping back and being done in really interesting ways now. So we'll see how that plays out in this. And also a sequel coming out in June that I'm very excited for is Empress Crowned in Red. I really liked Witches Steeped in Gold. It's somewhere. It's here. It's just here. And I would like to read the sequel. I would actually like to reread and then read the sequel. So we'll see how we go. Those are just some of the books that I'm very excited for, April to June. I'm probably filming this a little bit early, and I should have backed this into February so we could have a few more pub dates and covers and so such, but you know what? I was too excited. I wanted to film it, and also, oh boy, am I starting to have to film a lot more Animorphs videos in the next few weeks, so let's get pre-filming where we can. What are you looking forward to over the next few months? What are you looking forward to up to the end of June? Plonk those things down in the comments below. If you haven't already, while you're commenting, you can subscribe. It makes me feel loved and appreciated. Follow me on social media. Come hang out on Discord. These are all wonderful things to do. If you are one of my patrons, you are probably watching this early. Welcome. Thank you so much for existing. You are wonderful human beings. If you would like to join the number of wonderful human beings who support my channel, that's all linked below as well. That's all from me, and I will see you in the next one. It's gonna be some bloopers now. Oh no, please do not edit this. I don't want that. But I do already have a review copy of When Women Would... No, I don't think I do. Oh, I forgot to talk about... Oh, I'm gonna have to edit this back in.